Alright guys, I know I've been slacking lately. It's been like 3 weeks, no video. And that's really because there's nothing to film. The leaves are changing here, it's getting cold. It's 50 degrees right now, so this is when it starts getting dry and nothing really going on, and it's time to kind of put the car up and plan on what you're going to do on the off time. Excuse my voice, I lost it the other day and I don't know when I'm going to find it. I don't think I'll ever get it back. It's been almost a week. But we took the car out the other day, a couple days ago, and didn't get the best footage. I'm pretty upset about it because I had the helmet on with the GoPro and I love that angle, and I had an SD card error. I had to reformat it and it deleted every single video that I had on my GoPro. So really bummed about that. I'm trying not to think about it because there was a lot of good stuff on there that I didn't have saved. So yeah, that sucks, but you know, I just got to make do with what I got. But the 2 passes that I did make on the street, it would have been a killer view to see the in-car, because I had to drive it a little bit. I'm not used to the slicks. I've had slicks on the car, obviously, but I've had radials on it for 2 years. So I haven't had slicks on it in a while, and I forgot how sketchy they can be, especially when you're on just the asphalt surface. But I like that. It's an adrenaline rush. It makes you feel like you're alive. So yeah, don't have the best camera angles. I only have pretty much one, and then I have one draggy. So like I said, I'll put it all into a video. I was out there with a couple other cars though. I was out there with the black TA, and I was out there with a nitrous newer body style S10 small block on a kit, and we were just having a good time hanging out, and that's what it's all about. So before this, take it back about 2 weeks, I finally fixed the diff, and we'll see how long that lasts. As soon as them clutches get burnt up again, it will be getting a spool and a gear change. But until then, I'm gonna ride this one out. So the rear's all good. Both wheels are spinning now like they should. And I put the slicks on the car. Other than that, everything's the same. I put 100 pounds in the trunk for the ballast, and that's it. So let's get the video started. Enough yapping, and I will show you guys all the clips, and I'll probably recap some of them. Well, it's only 2 passes, so yeah, I'm gonna recap them, maybe show you guys some logs, show you guys what I did, suspension settings, and all that. So the next video, I'll add in the turbo TA and the nitrous S10. So for now, this is just gonna be my car. Next video will be everybody's car, and you definitely don't want to miss that one because it was a good time, a real good time. But all right, let me get it going. This is me driving to the race spot. It's 100% a street car. Everybody else trailers their stuff. I want to drive it there. I got cup holders and all that. On a nice day, how could you not want to drive it? Pump gas and all. There's my pass. As you can see, it spun the whole way. It's on the right side. It always goes to the right here, but it spun straight. It's a good pass. Real happy with it. Don't mind me being at the gas station. I'm getting gas, and I really want to get this video up, so I'm going to film it here. So I really wish I had the GoPro, because if you've seen how pumped I was when I seen the draggy slip, it was pretty funny, because I didn't expect it to really get down at all, and I didn't expect it to run the time it ran. The last time we had the car out on radials, last month or whatever, I think I said it went like a tenth or maybe a little less than a tenth slower than my personal best ever. And this pass that you just saw went 0.3 faster than that. So I was definitely happy about that. Like I said, I wasn't expecting it to even hook, let alone make a pass. Let me just go through my notes. It was 67 degrees, a really cool day, but a warmer day for the time we're in right now. I was using Rocket Prep Blue. I had 100 pounds in the trunk, like I said. Tire pressure, I set it to 15. I know everybody sets theirs really low, but I've always kept mine at like 14, 15, and it seems to work good on my combination. Front struts, compression 8, rebound 8. The front struts are the Afterworks by Ron G. If you don't know, now you know. And the rear, my new rear coilovers, I set that to compression 12 and rebound 6. The rear settings, I'm still trying to figure that out, what it likes and what I should do. So this is kind of just where I've had it last time and it worked. But I will be making adjustments to that after watching videos of the passes. Two-step was set to 4,500, and as you can see, it fell on its face at 4,000 because I pulled too much timing. And I really don't need to pull timing when I'm targeting a high RPM like that. I don't need to, because it builds crazy boost at high RPMs. I really only need to pull timing when it's at like 32 to 3,600. So now I know that. So that was a 9.5 pound leave, and it made 23 pounds in 2.2 seconds. So right after the 1-2 shift is when it was at full boost. I targeted a 1.7 ramp, but it gave me 2.2 because that's just how slow the turbo builds boost, I guess. So overall, really happy with the pass. And looking at the data, there's definitely room for improvement, because I'll show you real quick. This is on the trans brake right here. This is letting off, and you see that little dip? That's showing that it could take a little bit more power right there, because it's catching the tire. It's hitting the tire, then it's slowing it down, and you can also see that in the drive shaft sensor. So too much power, it'll keep it spinning, but a little bit more, and it'll carry this through a little bit better. As you can see, at the 1-2 shift, it catches the tire, slows down the wheel speed, which is exactly what I want. And this is just bumpy because the road's bumpy, and you're on the street, so it's not going to be straight lines on the RPM or the drive shaft curve. But yeah, there's the boost curve. Boost is holding steady perfectly. As you can see, the yellow is all boost, and it ain't going to get much steadier than that, so gotta love that. That's me letting off the pedal, because I always do that after it takes off. I got to get out of that habit. But yeah, overall, great pass. Now for my second and final pass, I adjusted the two-step, so it would go to 4,400. I lowered it 100, and I got rid of the timing table. I changed the boost ramp. I lowered the tires to 14.5 because that's just what they were at, so I evened them out. And I tightened the front 2 clicks, so now the rebound is at 10. All right, that's pass number 2, another personal best, and that's with me lifting at 500 feet because it got a little out of shape. If you can go back and look, it was going towards that sign there, so I had to lift. It was out of my comfort zone. I'm not comfortable with the slicks yet. I will be. But I let out at around 500 feet, and I had a fuel pressure safety come on at 4.2 into the run. And that's just because I have voltage issues. It's normal, but it pulled 7 degrees for just enough to not cut the ignition. So I have a safety set up to, if you're in a threshold of something like oil pressure, fuel pressure, boost, whatever it is, if it's in there for 0.4 seconds, then it'll cut ignition. Well, it was 0.3 seconds, so just enough to not cut ignition. But with letting out and all that happening, it still went another personal best, about a half a tenth faster. If I stayed in it, that would have been a really good pass, and it just gives me motivation to get back out there and see what I can improve on and do better on. And that's why I always study the data. I'll take my laptop and I'll look at it for an hour at night, 3 nights out of the week, because there's always stuff on here that you don't look at when you're in the moment. But when you have time, you can really study things and see where you can improve on. Like right here, I see that I'm trying to get all the boost in at 1.5, but it's taken an extra half of a second to get it all in. Now that I know, cut the boost ramp 0.5, and then that'll give me where I exactly want it to be. So if I want it in at a second and a half, then I'll make it a second on the boost ramp, and it should give me a second and a half. Should, but I also want to point out that this test spot is very good right now. Oh my God, it sounds like a rat. It literally sounds like Red Cecil. Like, very good. It's usually not that great, so it's kind of an excuse that we're running so good there right now, because a couple burnouts and it's like you're at the track, which sucks, but it is what it is. There's nothing we can really do about it. Everybody goes there. It's a well-known spot, but I think what we need to do is do them in the right lane, because we really got to get that road even, and that would be great if they were all even. But anyway, back to this. I tightened the front end 2 clicks, but if you can see in the video, it might have been a little too tight because it just barely spun the tires because the weight didn't transfer fast enough. So knowing that, I'll probably go back to 10 clicks instead of 12. Sorry, 8 clicks instead of 10. The rear, I kept that all the same, and it just seemed to work. I mean, I couldn't be happier with the way it ran on that pass. So that was leaving at 4,410 pounds and 25 pounds all in at 2 seconds. And like I said, letting off and having the safety come in, that would have flew. But hey, there's always next time. Got a rental coming up this Sunday at Cecil. I'll be there probably trying to really go fast on prep. The way I'm seeing it is I'm on a slick, so I know it's going to wad it up because the surface is probably going to be really good. But, we'll work through that, add pressure, whatever. I can't put my radials back on. They're done, but I might bring them just in case if I can get one pass out of them, because I really like to see what this will do. Now that I kind of see certain things on the data log, I think I could really get it to go a lot faster than it has been. I will say that the drive shaft sensor was a game changer. The best thing I ever done to the car, minus the long travel struts. The long travels, if you go back to my videos from 2 years ago and you see this car leaving, it's literally the same combination, same weak 4.8 motor and everything except the turbo and converter. But you can see the suspension was just not doing what it should. But now it's doing everything that it's supposed to, and it gives me hope. So I think that's going to do it. Like I said, drive shaft sensor, definitely recommend doing that. You can see everything, every little bump, every little place that it was about to lose the tire. It's very helpful. And I'm really happy with how the car is working right now. Unfortunately, it's getting pretty cold out around here, so racing's probably going to be coming to an end, and then I'm going to have to figure out what I need to do to the car. There's always something to do. I have a list of things in my phone, so I'm going to have to go through all that and try to get ready for next year. But like I said, I will have another video coming out in the next couple of days of everybody testing. That's a good one. But leave a comment, let me know what you think. Subscribe, like the video. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, all that. Check out the links down below in the description. And that's all I got. See ya. Bye.